Welcome to Election Night in America 2024 between incumbent President Joe Biden, who will be facing off the former President Donald Trump in a rematch. But taking a look at the favorability rating of each of these two candidates, Joe Biden has a favorability rating of 40% to his opponent Donald Trump's 42%. And now taking a look at the approval rating of Joe Biden, he's underwater by a negative 18%. He has a disapproval rating of 56%, and he's only approved of by 38%. Taking a look at Georgia polling suggests that Donald Trump is favored to win this state. Arizona polls suggest that Donald Trump is in the lead in this state as well. And polling out of Wisconsin suggests that Donald Trump is favored in this race. And now taking a look at the battle for control of the U.S. Senate, the Democratic Party is more preferred by 44% to 43%, with 13% undecided according to nationwide polling data. And now taking a look at Montana's Senate race, polling suggests that Jon Tester, the incumbent Democrat, is favored to win his seat. And take a look at Nevada polling suggests that Jackie Rosen, the incumbent, is favored to win her race. And in polls out of Ohio's Senate race suggest Sherrod Brown is in the lead. We now have our 7 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these states. Kentucky's 8 electoral votes will be going to former President Donald Trump, no surprise here, as well as Indiana's 11 electoral votes. Donald Trump is the projected winner. And then Indiana's Senate race, Jim Banks, this is going to be a hold for the GOP. In Indiana's governor's gubernatorial race, Mike Brewan, this is going to be another hold for the Republicans. And in South Carolina's 9 electoral votes, Donald Trump is the projected winner. Polls are now closed in Vermont. Joe Biden will take its 3 electoral votes. And then Vermont Senate race, Bernie Sanders will win re-election. And then as for Georgia, a key battleground state, a must-win for Donald Trump. It is currently too early to call at the moment, with just 12% in. Joe Biden holds a double-digit lead. And now as for Virginia, incumbent President Joe Biden will take the state's 13 electoral votes. This is a good win for Joe Biden. He's going to win it by a projected margin of 6%, 53% to Donald Trump's 47%. And out of Virginia's Senate race, Tim Kaine, the incumbent Democrat, will hold on to his Senate seat. And taking a look at the overall map, Republicans hold 39 seats to Democrats 29, with just 1 independent seat. We now have our 7:30 p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these 3 states. West Virginia's 4 electoral votes will be going to Donald Trump. Polls are now closed in West Virginia's Senate race. Jim Justice, this is going to be another flip for the GOP, replacing Joe Manchin, who is now retiring. And now out of West Virginia's governor's gubernatorial race, Patrick Morrisey, this is going to be another hold for the Republicans. And as for North Carolina, it's currently too early to call at the moment, with just 23% in. Donald Trump is currently trailing Joe Biden by 10%, but keep in mind, it is too early to call at the moment. And we now can project that Ohio's 17 electoral votes will be going to Donald Trump. And Ohio's Senate race, Sherrod Brown is currently in the lead. It is too early to call at the current moment. And now another update on the race to 270. Donald Trump is at 49 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 16 electoral votes. We now have our 8 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these states. Oklahoma's 7 electoral votes will be going to former President Donald Trump. No surprise here. Out of Tennessee, safe red state, 11 electoral votes. And Tennessee's Senate race, Marsha Blackburn, this is going to be a hold for the GOP in the Senate. And then Mississippi, with its 6 electoral votes, Donald Trump is a projected winner. And the Mississippi Senate race, Roger Wicker will hold on to his seat for the Republicans. And polls have now closed in Alabama. Donald Trump will pick up the state's 9 electoral votes. And then Missouri's 10 electoral votes, Donald Trump will win this state. No surprise here. Missouri's Senate race, Josh Hawley, the incumbent Republican, will hold on to his seat for the GOP. And then Missouri's governor's gubernatorial race, Jay Ashcroft, will hold on to his governorship for the Republicans. And then in Georgia, it is now too early to call still with 28%. Joe Biden still holds on to his lead, but it is still too early. We now can project that Donald Trump will win his home state of Florida with its 30 electoral votes. He's going to take the state by 8%, 54% to Joe Biden's 46%. With 88% in, we now can call Florida for Donald Trump. And then Florida Senate race, Rick Scott will hold on to his seat for the Republican Party. And then our Ohio Senate race, another update here. It remains too early to call, with just nearly 40% in. Sherrod Brown is still in the lead at the moment. And then in Maine's 2nd congressional district, Donald Trump will win. And then in Maine's Senate race, this is going to be a hold for the independent Angus King. No surprise here. In the District of Columbia, Joe Biden will hold on to its 3 electoral votes. As well as Massachusetts, with its 11 electoral votes, will be going to incumbent President Joe Biden. No surprise here. In the Massachusetts Senate race, Elizabeth Warren will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party. As well as Illinois with its 19 electoral votes, Joe Biden is a projected winner. And another update on New Hampshire, key battleground state, too close to call with 54% in. Joe Biden is currently in the lead at the moment, with third-party candidates getting 4% of the vote so far. Another update on the swing state of North Carolina, too early to call with 41% in, and Joe Biden is in the lead at the moment. And then out of Maryland with its 10 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden is the projected winner in the state. And out of Maryland Senate race, Angela Alsobrooks is going to be hold for the Democratic Party. And then Delaware, Joe Biden will pick up its 3 electoral votes. Senate race, Lisa Rochester will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party. And at Delaware's governor's gubernatorial race, Bethany Long will hold on to her governor's race for the Democrats. Polls have now closed in New Jersey. Joe Biden is the projected winner with its 14 electoral votes. And as for New Jersey Senate race, Andrew Kim will hold on to this seat for the Democratic Party. No surprise here, Connecticut's 7 electoral votes will be going to Joe Biden's column. As well as Connecticut's Senate race, Chris Murphy will hold on to his Senate seat for the Democratic Party. And polls are now closed in Rhode Island. Joe Biden will pick up its 4 electoral votes. And in Rhode Island's Senate race, Sheldon Whitehouse will hold on to his seat for the Democrats. Joe Biden will take Maine's 3 out of the 4 districts. No surprise here. An update on the rest of the state of Pennsylvania. This is a must-win for Joe Biden. It's too early to call with 44% in, and Donald Trump is currently in the lead at the current moment. And in Pennsylvania Senate race, we now can project that Bob Casey will hold on to his seat for the Democratic Party, defeating David McCormick. An update on the Senate race, Republicans are in the lead at 44 to the Democrats' 36 seats. An update on the map to 270, Donald Trump is in the lead with 123 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 90 electoral votes. We now have our 8:30 p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from just one state. No surprise, Arkansas with its 6 electoral votes, Donald Trump will take this state. Another update on New Hampshire with 74% in, Joe Biden is currently in the lead at the moment by 4%. We cannot make a projection just yet. An update on the swing state of Georgia, a must-win for Donald Trump. It is too early to call with 47% in, and Joe Biden is barely in the lead at the moment. And out of Ohio's Senate race, another update, it is too early to call with 52% in, and Sherrod Brown holds a lead of just 6% at the moment. Another update on North Carolina, too close to call, 54% in, and Donald Trump is barely in the lead for the first time tonight in this state. And out of Pennsylvania, Donald Trump remains in the lead with 44% in. It is too early to call at the moment. An update on the map, 129 electoral votes for Trump, and Joe Biden remains at just 90 electoral votes. We now have our 9 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these states. South Dakota's 3 electoral votes, Donald Trump will win this state. No surprise here, Wyoming's 3 electoral votes, former President Donald Trump will win this state. And out of Wyoming's Senate race, John Barrasso will hold on to his seat for the GOP. And now North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, Trump is a projected winner. North Dakota's Senate race, Kevin Cramer will hold on to his seat for the Republicans. In North Dakota's governor's gubernatorial race, Tammy Miller will hold on to her governor's race for the Republicans. Now to Louisiana with its 8 electoral votes, President Trump is a projected winner. Another update on Ohio's Senate race, too close to call with 61% in, and Sherrod Brown is barely in the lead at the moment. We cannot make a projection just yet. Now in Nebraska, Donald Trump will take the state's 4 districts, while Joe Biden does take its 2nd congressional district. No surprise here. In Nebraska's Senate race, Deb Fischer will hold on to her Senate race for the GOP. And Nebraska's Senate special election, Pete Ricketts will hold on to this for the Republicans. And then in Georgia, another update, too close to call, a must flip for Trump. It is at 59%, and Joe Biden is in the lead at the moment. Out of Kansas, 6 electoral votes, Donald Trump will win this state. Another update on Pennsylvania, a must win for Joe Biden. It is now too close to call, with nearly 60% in, and Donald Trump is nearly in the lead at the current moment. We can now project that incumbent President Joe Biden will win the state of New York with its 28 electoral votes. No surprise here. Kirsten Gillibrand will hold on to this seat for the Democratic Party. And now to North Carolina, we can now project that Donald Trump will win its 16 electoral votes. This is a huge win for the Trump campaign. He's going to win North Carolina by a projected margin of 4%. With 82% in, we now can call North Carolina for Trump. He's going to win it with 52% to Joe Biden's 48%. And out of North Carolina's governor's gubernatorial race, we now can project that Mark Robinson will be North Carolina's next governor. He's going to win by a projected margin of exactly 1%. With 96% reported, we now can project Mark Robinson will win. And now Colorado, with its 10 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden will win this state. And out of New Hampshire, we now can project that Joe Biden will win this battleground state with its 4 electoral votes. He's going to win it by a projected margin of exactly 4%, with third-party candidates getting 7% of the overall vote share. And out of Texas, it is too early to call. Donald Trump is narrowly in the lead at the moment. We now can project that Ted Cruz will win his Senate seat, incumbent Republican. No surprise here. This is going to be a hold for the Republicans. Out of New Mexico, polls have now closed. Biden is the projected winner with its 5 electoral votes. We now can project that New Mexico's Senate race will go to Martin Heinrich. This is a hold for the Democratic Party. No surprise here. And out of Arizona, this is a must flip for Donald Trump. It is currently too early to call, with just 51% in, and Joe Biden is in the lead at the moment. And out of Arizona's Senate race, Ruben Gallego is currently in the lead over Kari Lake. It is too early to call. We can now project that incumbent President Joe Biden will win Minnesota with its 10 electoral votes by a projected margin of 4%, 88% of the overall vote. And out of Minnesota's Senate race, Amy Klobuchar will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party. No surprise here. And out of Wisconsin, too early to call, a must-win for Donald Trump, 48% in, and he is currently in the lead over Joe Biden at the moment. And out of Wisconsin Senate race, Tammy Baldwin will win re-election in her Senate seat. This is going to be a hold for the Democratic Party. And out of Michigan, too close to call. Joe Biden is currently trailing Trump at the current moment with 70% in. And out of Michigan's Senate race, Alyssa Slotkin, this is going to be a hold for the Democratic Party. She's going to win by a couple percent. And now an update on the Senate map. Keep in mind that Republicans need 51 seats. They are currently at 50 to the Democrats' 44. An update on the electoral map. Joe Biden is still trailing Trump with 147 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 173. We now have our 10 o'clock p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from these 4 states. Utah, 6 electoral votes. Donald Trump is a projected winner. No surprise here. Utah's Senate race, John Curtis. This is going to be a hold for the GOP. And out of Utah's governor's gubernatorial race, Spencer Cox will hold on to this race for the Republicans. And out of Pennsylvania, we now can update too close to call with 75% in, and Donald Trump remains in the lead, but it is very close. We cannot call this race just yet. And out of Ohio, too close to call. Sherrod Brown's lead has winded down to 1%, with nearly 80% of the estimated voters in. We cannot call this race just yet. And out of Georgia, 73% in, Donald Trump takes the lead in the state for the first time tonight. It is too close to call. And out of Michigan, with 82% in, Donald Trump's lead is shrinking. He's only up by 1% at the moment. It is too close to call. And out of Arizona, it remains too close to call with 75% in, and Donald Trump is now trailing Joe Biden by 1%. It is way too close to make a projection. And out of Arizona's Senate race, Ruben Gallego remains in the lead with 56% of the estimated vote. Now, out of Montana's 4 electoral votes, Donald Trump is a projected winner. Out of Montana's governor's gubernatorial race, this is going to be a hold for the Republican Party. And now another update on Montana's Senate race, too early to call with 46% in. Jon Tester, the incumbent Democrat, is currently in the lead at the moment. And another update on Wisconsin, it is too close to call with 76% in. Donald Trump is now trailing Joe Biden by a couple percent. Another update on Texas, Donald Trump is in the lead at the current moment. It is too close to call. We cannot call this race just yet with 80% in. And an update on Nevada, too close to call with 76% in. Joe Biden is currently in lead by a percentage point at the moment. And now to Nevada's Senate race, it is too early to call. Jackie Rosen is currently trailing her Republican opponent Samuel Brown at the current moment. We can now project Donald Trump will win Iowa's 6 electoral votes. No surprise here. Electoral map, Donald Trump remains in the lead at 191 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 142. We now have our 11 p.m. poll closings Eastern Time from the West Coast. But before we get on to that, we have another update on Wisconsin. It is now a dead tie at 46 to 46%. It is too close to call. With 82% of the estimated voters in, we cannot project this race just yet. Now to Montana, it is too close to call. With 57% in, Jon Tester remains in the lead at the moment. And out of California, we can project that Joe Biden will win its 54 electoral votes. It should give him the lead due to the high electorate in this state. And out of California Senate race, Adam Schiff, this is going to be a hold for the Democratic Party. And out of Pennsylvania, another update. It is too close to call with 83% in, and Joe Biden is narrowly winning his home state at the current moment. And out of Ohio, we have a major projection for the Republicans. This is going to be a flip. With its Senate seat, Bernie Moreno will defeat incumbent Senator Sherrod Brown, which will give them the Senate with 97% in, 51%, says Sherrod Brown's 49%. A major win for the GOP. In Nevada Senate race, it is now too close to call with 64% in, and Samuel Brown's lead is shrinking. It is at 50% to Jackie Rosen's 48%. And out of Michigan, too close to call with nearly 90% in, and Donald Trump remains in the lead at just 2%. Hawaii's 4 electoral votes. Joe Biden is the projected winner in this state. No surprise here. In Hawaii's Senate race, Mazie Hirono will hold on to her Senate seat for the Democratic Party. And out of Georgia, another update. It is too close to call with 87% in, and Donald Trump is in the lead in this state. And out of Oregon, with its 8 electoral votes, incumbent President Joe Biden will win this state. Another update on Nevada. Too close to call with 87% of the estimated vote is in. It is now a dead tie at 49 to 49%. We cannot make a projection just yet. And out of Washington State, with its 12 electoral votes, Joe Biden is going to win this state. And out of Washington State's Senate race, it is another hold for the Democratic Party. Maria Cantwell will win re-election. And then the governor's gubernatorial race, Bob Ferguson will win this race in Washington. And out of Arizona, too close to call, another update. Donald Trump is now tied with Joe Biden at 46%. And out of Arizona's Senate race, Ruben Gallego is in the lead at 3% at the current moment. It is too close to call. And out of Texas, Donald Trump is expanding his lead. We can't call it just yet, but we are expected to call it for Donald Trump very, very soon. And now out of Idaho, with its 4 electoral votes, an update on the race to 270. Donald Trump is now trailing Joe Biden for the first time tonight with 225 electoral votes to 193. We now have our 1 a.m. poll closings Eastern time from just one state. But before we get on to that, we have a major projection out of Montana's Senate race. This is going to be a flip for the Republicans. Tim Sheehy will defeat John Tester, the incumbent Democrat, by a few percent. With 95% in, Tim Sheehy is projected to win his Senate race. And out of Alaska, with its 3 electoral votes, no surprise here, we now can call Donald Trump projected winner. Polls have now closed. Joe Biden takes the lead for the first time tonight in his own home state. With 94% in, it is way too close to call. Joe Biden is narrowly in the lead at the moment. We can now project that Donald Trump will win Texas 40 electoral votes. No surprise here. With 8%, 92% of the estimated vote is in. And out of Nevada, another update on the Senate race, too close to call. Jackie Rosen takes the lead for the first time tonight with 83% of the estimated vote is in. And out of Arizona, 94% in, Donald Trump takes the lead in the state for the first time tonight. We now can make a major projection. This is going to be a flip for the former president. With its 16 electoral votes, Donald Trump is a projected winner in the state of Georgia. He's going to win it by a projected margin of 4%. With 99% of the estimated votes in, we can now project that Donald Trump will win Georgia. Another flip for Donald Trump with his 10 electoral votes, Wisconsin. Trump's going to win it by 1%. With 98% of the estimated votes in, we can now project that Donald Trump is the winner in Wisconsin. And out of Arizona, this is horrible news for the Biden campaign. With its 11 electoral votes, this will be the 3rd flip tonight for Donald Trump. Great news for the Trump campaign. He's going to win Arizona by a projected margin of 2%. With 98% of the estimated votes in, Donald Trump will take the state of Arizona. And out of Nevada, this is going to be a 4th flip tonight for Donald Trump. With its 6 electoral votes, he's going to win Nevada by a projected margin of a couple points, and third-party candidates get 5% of the overall vote share. It is official. President-elect Donald Trump, 47th President of the United States, will move on to his second and final term. Surpasses 270 electoral votes, giving him the presidency. But we still have a few more states to call. Donald Trump's at 278 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 226. And now out of Arizona's Senate race, we now can project that Ruben Gallego will defeat Kari Lake. This is a hold for the Democratic Party. He's going to win by a projected margin of 2%. We now can project Ruben Gallego will be the next senator of Arizona. We now can project that Donald Trump will flip the state of Michigan. This is a 5th flip for him tonight with his 15 electoral votes. With third-party candidates getting 10% of the vote, Donald Trump's going to win Michigan by a projected margin of 0.5%. Very, very close. And now to Nevada with its Senate race, Jackie Rosen will hold on to her seat for the Democratic Party by a projected margin of 51% to Samuel Brown's 49%. We have a major projection for the Biden campaign. Pennsylvania, with its 19 electoral votes, Joe Biden will win his home state by 0.4%, extremely close. This is the finalized electoral map. Donald Trump gets 293 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 245. And take a look at the margins for every single swing state. And now taking a look at the winner of the popular vote, both Donald Trump and Joe Biden are tied at 71 million votes, with third-party candidates getting a total of 14 overall million votes. And now Republicans, it's official, they have won the United States Senate with 52 seats to the Democrats' 48 seats. This is the finalized Senate map, and take a look at the margins for every single Senate race. That's it. Thank you everyone for watching. One last final reminder before I end out this video is to subscribe as we're approaching 3,000 and click the bell so you don't miss out on any of my content. Also, we have memberships. If you are interested in that, you can find the link in the description section. Stay tuned for more election nights in the future.